Hello, welcome to the video. We're going to look at the strategy pattern in Rust. So the strategy pattern allows you to separate what varies from what stays the same. This is just a quick intro. We'll look at some code in a second, don't worry. So this demo I've done this previously. We have a trait, which is payment, and then you can switch, you can implement the pay trait for PayPal and for Visa. That's the code. So this is the strategy pattern. And I did this once before and somebody said, well, yeah, most of the time you can just use an enum. So you could just have an enum with two payment methods and then just pass in the amount, and then whichever it matches on, you'll see. So the difference is, what if you want to add something later, or the user wants to use your library but add their own variant, so to speak. So I've got the code here, and what I've done is I've done the code purely based on the existing library. So in the left-hand pane, we've got the lib.rs, and that's pretty much what you saw. So we've got, we're doing the generic here, but you could also use box dynamic. So what we need to do is we need to implement the trait. So if I can remember how to do this, we need to import. We need to implement pay for, first we need to create our own struct. So let's create our own structs and we'll call it Bitcoin. So it's just a different, I'm just thinking of a different payment method that we can realistically use. So we'll implement pay from the library. So this could be a third-party trait. So we're implementing a third-party trait for our type. And then we'll do pay. Why is it not? I thought I'd have autocomplete there, but I haven't, so. I'll return a string. So it's the same as the two implementations on the left for Visa. And for Visa and PayPal. That's why I wasn't getting the autocomplete, sorry. So because I'm now bringing in, I need to bring that trait in. So it's never constructed, that's fine. So let me just run it and show you what we have. So those two lines there, PayPal paid 100, Visa paid 250. Variable lowercase name, and then we'll do the strat new. And then we pass in custom struct. So that's created an instance of it. And then we want to do the print. Then that's the variable. So Bitcoin do payment, and then the amount. So we'll just say 1. And then we'll run it. And there you see. So what we've done is we've actually implemented a, although we wrote it, if you imagine it, it's a third-party crate and trait, and then we've implemented it on our type. So that's the benefit compared to doing an enum, which is obviously much less code. But the difference here is between using code and using someone else's library and code, or if you're writing a library. So if you're writing a library, you'd probably want to consider this kind of architecture where you're using a strategy pattern, which will then allow somebody else to use it themselves. New strategies live in their own files, even other crates. Callers only ever depend on the pay trait. The trade-off is the heap allocation, dynamic dispatch, no exhaustiveness check. But which one should you reach for? This was generated by Claude, but I think it's pretty accurate. I kind of knew most of this already, so I wouldn't just blindly create PowerPoints from Claude. So the enum is fixed. You've got a small known set of variants, stack allocated, zero cost dispatch. Compiler enforces exhaustiveness. New variant, you edit the code, so you need access to the file with the enum. Dynamic trait objects, so they're open-ended, unknown or external. Heap allocation and vtable dispatch. No exhaustiveness check across simples. New variant, someone else writes it. So someone else being you. So rule of thumb, payment providers show up over time and other people add them. That's exactly what trait objects are for. So this has been kind of an addition to an earlier video which I did, which just looked at a basic strategy pattern. So this is looking at how you use a library or crate which has been written or designed to facilitate you being able to add their trait to your type. Hope that is clear. The best thing to do, as always, is type it in yourself and experiment. Thank you for watching. If you like these videos, let me know, add a comment, thumbs up and all that stuff. Making videos for YouTube now is a bit of a lost cause, to be honest with you. So I don't know how often I'm going to do these, but I'm considering other options. For instance, doing sort of promotions, getting microphones, speakers, keyboards, and then kind of unboxing them and stuff. Or I don't know if anybody would be interested in a community, sort of a Patreon paid community. And also just let me know the kind of style of video you like. I'm erring towards minimalism, so do all the coding in Vim, local large language models, all open source, everything's free. Yeah, minimalism, free, idiomatic, hopefully. That is the aim, that's the intention, idiomatic, and also architecture and patterns, because if we assume that AI will be taking a big bite out of our daily workload, then we probably need to focus higher up the food chain, so to speak. So I think if you are able to progress from junior to mid to senior level, it's likely that the senior level jobs will be the last ones to be adversely impacted, and potentially there may be more, or they may be more highly paid. Who knows? But that's just my 2 pennies worth. And yeah, YouTube is kind of a conduit to something bigger and better, hopefully. I'm sure you all appreciate that. Or if you, so just to fill you in, my channel's got sort of 2,500. My Rust channel's 2,500 subscribers, so I get no money from that. My Python channel, or Jobster channel, gets just under 8. That has got 7,930 subscribers. And a video which might take me, say, 3 hours to design and plan out code and record may only make me, 10 pence, which is over the lifetime of the video. 10 pence is sort of like, I don't know what, 7 cents. So you'd need to make about 15 videos to earn $1. It's crazy. So yeah, I'm not having a whinge, but it's just kind of any comments. Comments are welcome. Comments and or thumbs ups and subscribes. But yeah, say the YouTube is looking quite bleak nowadays. So I've gone quite lukewarm on making these videos. But if I do something and I want to kind of record it and I think I might need to refer back to it, then I do it. So it's partially selfish, but also it's yeah. It's just keeping my hand in just in case something magically happens or YouTube suddenly changed their algorithm to suit. And none of this was coded by AI, by the way. I kind of did my research, but I can write out a strategy pattern in Rust without even having any internet access. So I think that might be a good habit to get into going forward, is to be able to, especially like a design pattern, just memorize it, be able to type it from scratch. I mean, it might be that you need to do that in an interview one day, but it's not. You can't live your life just being. Interview ready. So, yeah, pick the design patterns that are actually useful. To be honest, I would say the builder pattern and strategy pattern are the 2 key ones to sort of be able to probably write out from scratch without having to look up in Rust or whatever. But yeah, thanks for watching. Be back soon, or maybe less soon. But yeah, thumbs up. Thank you.